is somewhat of a compromise. Maybe one member of the
conflict.
family says, I love multicolor. I've got to have the multicolored lights. Someone else says there's something pure about the pristine look of white. Well, watch these trees, because they're all changing because of the remote control that Bryn has in her hand.
Yep.
It is the most advanced Christmas tree ever made. It uses technology that no one else in the world of Christmas trees has.
That's true.
And you don't make a choice now.
You don't have to make
'Cause you
any
get it
choices
all.
at all. You get it all. And this is what you've been asking for from Santa's Best, and it's taken us years and years to do this. This tree has RGB+. So what that means is not only does it do all those amazing colors I showed you, but we were able to get you this warm, incandescent looking white that you've been asking us for. Yep. So there's no compromise with this tree.
It is an LED tree, light emitting diodes, which means, by the way, they last a lifetime. They do not burn out. There's no filament to break. And they can't pop out the way a regular Christmas bulb might happen to do. With that in mind, this has more formed, molded tips on it than any Santa's Best Christmas tree I've ever seen.
Yep.
And by the way, although no offense, Bryn is much too young to remember this, Santa's Best is the company that invented pre-lit artificial Christmas trees. They're the ones who created it. Now, this new technology that gives you all the colors of the rainbow, flash and fun, is in your choices of 5 foot, 6.5,
Yep.
7.5, which is standard for a regular 8-foot ceiling, and then that is gorgeous.
Isn't it amazing?
That is a
amazing.
9-foot tree. Ballpark, how many LEDs are on there?
780, actually. 780 lights.
That's
61-inch base on this tree.
If you were to take the lights off of this tree and run them from end to end, you're looking at more than a football field length in lights.
Yeah, I mean, it would take you days to string a tree with that type of lighting. Not only the fact that we've done it professionally for you, so you don't even see the wires in here. You're just seeing all that light and the fun.
And every one of those lights is strung by hand.
Yes.
Every single one of them. Now, I know that this is an LED tree, but you and I had talked. There's so many people out there that have avoided an LED tree because LEDs did not look like Christmas lights. That's because they weren't from Santa's Best. They invented pre-lit Christmas trees, they get it. Here are some of the features on this tree that make it so unique.
Yeah, so you've seen me playing with this remote control. I'm doing all of this by remote, so simple. You have a really realistic look. I can't wait to show you guys when we come back. This upswept look looks like it was just cut from a forest. Really easy assembly. So easy that I can do it. I'll be doing it in a few seconds for you, but just power pole technology. You're using the gravity of the tree to just pop it right in. And then if a bulb were to come out, nothing else happens on this tree.
Nothing else goes out.
No.
Because we've all been there.
Yes.
We have all been there where one Christmas bulb comes out and the middle of the tree goes dark, or one section. Look at everything you can do. There are over 50 different lighting effects and different colors. RBG means red, blue, green.
Exactly right.
You've been colorblind, I figured that out. By the way, this technology, this is the very first tree in the history of indoor Christmas trees that has had this technology. This was technology created by Santa's Best for their outdoor commercial displays. And if it builds quality for that, you're gonna love it in your living room. So run me through some of these different
Sure, yeah.
I've never seen an all green Christmas tree unless somebody bought a tree and then bought nothing but green lights.
Exactly, and then you're locked into that look. With us, you're not at all. So we have our green. Right now I'm in a twinkle, which I think is just a really beautiful twinkle color, but I'll go through. So we have our green, we have a really electric blue.
I think that's stunning.
Lights up a room. Then we have our sugar plum purple. We were saying if you decorate in the nutcracker or you love the nutcracker, what a beautiful color to do your tree in. But then you might want to change your mind next year and do red and green, which is my favorite. I have little ones at home, so this is really whimsical.
The entire
for me.
farm this year, my wife asked for this. She said, let's go back to traditional. So all the lighting on our farm this year is red and green.
Oh, fantastic.
But I've never seen a Christmas tree that was done in red and green.
And then I know you change your mind next year, and that's fine because you can go on to a totally new function and color.
Oh, wait, that's a patriotic tree.
It is, and this was actually a customer request. You guys said just, you know, we like to decorate in patriotic. We love to welcome our veterans home from the holidays. You can do that with this tree. You can do it as a secondary tree. You can do it for the day they come home and then change it to something a little more traditional afterwards.
You can change
it's so
this
fun.
every night.
Every night.
night.
Exactly.
And you cannot do that with any other tree. This is what distinguishes Santa's Best as a manufacturer from every other company in the world of artificial Christmas trees. And if you look closely, and our lights will come up as we do some assembly, it does not look artificial.
No.
Bryn, I'm going to have you do the setup because
Yeah.
Now the theory of this is because Bryn is itty bitty. You're the tallest I've ever seen you, by the way.
Thank you. Some heels.
Nice heels.
Yeah.
That if this Bryn, who is what, about 5'3", 5'4", if she can set this up, anybody can set it up. The
Yeah.
other factor is, quite frankly, I'm the laziest host here at QVC, so I'm going to let her do it.
I like setting up my own tree. So this is our 6.5. It's in 3 easy to manage sections. We have our nice sturdy base here. So I'm going to just take the first section,
And there's
really
something
light.
definitely missing. 15 different electrical parts in a power strip like what we used to have to deal with.
Exactly right.
So this has its patented power in the pole.
Exactly
One
right.
electrical cord.
One electrical cord,
Watch
2
this.
prong. And then the middle section, again, really light, easy to manage, and you just let gravity take over and
Yep.
it pops right in. And then we have our third and final right on the top, and again,
And this would be the same
done.
for the 5 foot, the 6.5, and the 7.5 foot. The 9 footer does come in 4 sections.
4, just make it a little easier to manage.
And I've been asked by our legal team to mention this. If you have a 9 footer, you will need a ladder to get the top section on.
That would make sense.
But come in close, because what they've done is really spectacular. If you look at their molded branches, they're not all green.
Right.
If you look closely, you're going to notice that part of these branches are done, I'm trying to turn this, part of
the
it's done in
veining.
brown,
Yep.
because trees aren't all green.
This is true.
So, and these tips are perfect.
Nature has done it best.
It really is lush.
So what we did is we actually took a tree from nature, we molded those tips, and we used those molds to make these. So it's really the most
And
realistic
Mother Nature was
we
going
could
to
make
sue
it.
them for copyright laws, but Mother Nature has a really crummy attorney.
I know,
So
unfortunately.
you came off
And we have a
with
good one.
the most realistic, the most realistic artificial Christmas tree that I've ever seen from Santa's Best.
Thank
Hit some
you.
buttons.
Yeah,
Hit some
sure.
buttons.
Let's keep going. So let's do our multi. This is our classic multicolor, and you're seeing there too. Also, so much fun. You can play with this tree. Even on Christmas Day, your children can play with this
It's
tree. Your
everything
grandchildren.
people have ever wanted. There are colors on
Exactly.
this Christmas tree you've never seen before.
Exactly right, and we did that for you because we wanted to be sky's the limit, right? So
Yep.
we were able to isolate that beautiful warm white, but because these are LEDs, we're also able to play and give you fun colors.
Let me talk about price for a minute. And what we were able to do with Santa's Best, and they've been partners and dear friends for years, the pricing on this tree is absolutely superior savings. I'm going to start at the 9 footer. At $900, that is a more than reasonable price for the tree that does everything. We're on the air at $569. For the 7.5 foot, the most popular, we're just over $400. At $349 for the 6.5 foot and $229 for the 5 foot. You've got 6 months to pay for any of these sizes trees, but do not wait. If you want it for Thanksgiving delivery, call us now. But that's when most of us put up our trees. Usually after Dad is on the couch bloated from turkey and football, Mom pulls the tree out.
Yes, it's true.
This is stunning. And this didn't happen overnight.
It did not. This technology, isolating that warm white, doing all these other colors in this exact bulb is really tough technology. This is a tiny little bulb that we're able to put those diodes in and do the mix of the diodes into the colors.
So it's not a matter of, I've got all blues, all greens, all reds. It's actually one bulb that does all those colors. That is
Yes.
technology that no one else in the world has.
No one.
And Bryn, and I say this as a compliment to the engineers and the designers of Santa's Best. It's an LED tree, but it just doesn't look LED.
Thank you. That was the
They
goal.
look like Christmas lights. LEDs in the past, they look like spaceships. Now, we can do some cool spaceship effects.
We
with the
can,
twinkle and the
yeah,
face
yeah.
and stuff. That is a glorious
Party tree.
Now, how is this categorized? Because we've got pencil trees,
Yep.
which are very thin.
Yep.
And there's a place for those. thin line,
Yep.
medium, and full.
This is your medium. Now,
Okay.
if you get a 9 foot, you know, it's a good 61-inch diameter. So pretty much no matter whatever 9 foot you get, it's going to be a big tree. But our 7.5 and our 6.5 are really more of a medium profile.
So they're manageable.
Exactly.
But they're so thick and plush that it
Yes.
gives the impression of the big fatty tree.
Exactly. And you know, we know this is an investment, and because of that, we give you a 5-year warranty on these
Beautiful.
trees. It comes with everything you need, even the battery in the remote control ready to go.
Nice.
And the reason I bring that up too is that this is an investment. You're going to have this tree for years. So your taste might change. You might love warm white right now, and you might not like it 5 years from now. This tree goes with you,
I
grows with you.
change the lighting on the exterior of the farm every single year, and it's worked, believe me. But the Christmas tree has always been whatever it was that we picked out.
It has to be.
And I love the look of that pure white. But it's an incandescent white, by the way.
Yeah, it's
an
really
incandescent
warm.
white has a warm, almost a yellowish hue to it. They've mimicked that perfectly. My wife loves bright color.
Great, we can do
So
that.
now we've got 50 different variations. I love the tree when it's all in red. I think that's
All right.
really a cool look. Or
Done.
all in green. Or we can go red and green.
You can, yep. Just with a click of a button, no problem. And then you get to play with it too. So not only I'm
cool.
showing you a lot of steady here, but we have our twinkle. This is our glisten. It's a very soft glisten. I love this at night when you're sitting by the fire, the kids are in bed.
Nice.
But then you can kick it up a notch all the way to firefly if you want for your party tree. Whatever you want this tree to do, it will do.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but out of all the trees that you've ever done here at Santa's Best, this has got to be the most popular.
By far,
Okay,
far and
yeah, 'cause
away.
We've had over 20,000 of them that have been purchased. You will not be disappointed. The pricing is incredible. $229 for the 5 foot, 6.5 foot tree is under $350. $419 is the 7.5 foot, and you're saving almost $400 when you go with the big 9 foot. All of them on easy pay. Bryn, you come back later in the show?
Yeah, see you in a few minutes.
Thank you. Coming up a little bit later on, one of the least expensive ways to do real surface